Our thoughts are fragments, right? Our thoughts can never cover the 360-degree view of every situation, problem, issue, you name it. There's so many perspectives you can take. Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cal, bringing you another video on the channel today. So hope you guys are doing well. What's going on? So as you can see by the title, I'm done with YouTube. No, I'm done with the ego. I am done with identifying with my mind, okay? And even though I am not completely free of it, I am able to recognize it and see it for what it really is. A piece of shit. My ego, at times, it's an instinctual thing we have within all of us, right? It's a survival technique. But for many of us, this identification with form, identification with our mind-made self, the narration in our mind, the little man, right, has taken over so much. And at least from my own experience, I don't want to speak for you, but I think a fuck ton, and on a daily basis, I find myself thinking and thinking and thinking rather than just being, and just being present, enjoying the moment with a clear state of mind. And although I've, moved into a place where I'm more in the moment, more than I've ever been, I'm a lot of times thinking without me being aware. And so when I mean thinking without being aware, I'm not even aware that I'm thinking. I'm just on autopilot, whatever I'm thinking about. But when you start to become aware of your thinking, right, it sheds this light on your own thoughts, and then you take a step back. Like I say always, you could do this through observation, many different ways, and you could start to see the habits, the thought patterns that you have on a daily basis. And this is great because it allows you to work on these different behaviors and habits and move into a place of just pure consciousness, pure awareness. And so kind of relate to the experience I just had. I was like, you know what, dude? I am done with the ego. Like, I am done. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. But I read this message. I perceived it with a certain interpretation after I read it, right? And I knew what the message said had no harm, but after that thought came into my head and it gave me a bad viewpoint, I took that viewpoint as if it was the truth, right? And so when you take a viewpoint as if it's the truth, it's a belief. And so if you place enough attention on that belief and you place enough concentration on it, that belief becomes your reality. And so when I read that message, right, and I placed so much attention on it, even let me tell you, it was in a split second. I felt this rush of negative emotion and resistance that I have around this certain situation. It's been this continual pattern for a long time now. And so I was able to recognize it and be aware of it rather than just being on autopilot and just letting it happen as if that was the truth, even though that's not the truth. This is the first step in the awakening process for many. And for me, through me being more aware of my thoughts, I've been able to overcome these issues. And I've been finding myself, when I get in these type of situations, I can use them as great spiritual practices for great spiritual growth. And it's tough for me because to a certain extent, even though I'm not suffering tremendously, this is a form of suffering I'm having right now. There's many perspectives you can take because our thoughts are fragments, right? Our thoughts can never cover the 360-degree view of every situation, problem, issue, you name it, you can't. There's so many perspectives you can take, right? But the best thing you can do is find the best, most convincing perspective for you. So when you perceive a situation, try to not interpret it. Just try and just take a step back and see it for what it is. And what do I mean by that? Rather than just listening to your mind right away, you take a few more steps back, and as your mind starts to calm down and starts to be like, okay, Cal, maybe this is actually not as bad as you think it is, you take a healthier viewpoint, perspective, conclusion, and you move into a better state. And right now, I'm feeling a bit of negative emotion, but that's just an appearance, right? It's just appearing within me on the surface. I know deep down within me that I am peaceful. I'm at a neutral state, because if you look around at everything, right? Look around in your room, wherever you are right now, everything is neutral, right? But depending on our interpretation, our belief about a certain thing, right? Like, this freaking stuffed animal could be pissing me off right now. You know, I could be like, no, no, no. But it's just here. So when you perceive, it's a neutral thing. You know, it's not trying to harm you. It's not trying to hurt you. But when we interpret something as being bad, right, we might transfer energy to it and be like, oh my God, take our energy out on something that's completely neutral. And what does that tell us? That tells us that's something within us. And I've done videos on beliefs versus knowing. And if you want me to do a video on that, let me know down below. I could do another one. Because I love talking about this stuff and I love sharing my own experience because I can look back on these videos and reflect on them. And I'm using this as a reflection point. And even though like I may be wrong, I'm like, listen, I'm just sharing my own experience. Like, I don't want you guys to take what I say for the truth. Question what I'm saying. Do your own internal research, because there's so many things in this world. Like, I was talking to a friend and he's like, since when is everyone trying to be scientists, you know? And just let the scientists do the science and, you know, relay the information to us, you know, and let's just trust what they're saying. No, you should not do that. You should question what they're saying, look at multiple sources, synthesize the information, and determine your own viewpoint. Because rather than thinking for you, you're thinking for yourself, and you're being a free, open being. And that's truly what you have to be in this world, because a lot of the things going on, like COVID and the vaccine, like, there's a lot of, like, if you look and you do your own research, you can find a lot of things that the media is portraying, but that they're not portraying at the same time, you know? I just want to share this experience with you guys, perceive without interpretation, you know, and just kind of take a step back from things, you know, because that immediate reaction you have may not be the truth. It's a belief disguising itself as a truth, and you do not want it to dictate your reality like it just did for me. Even though it was small, it had a big effect on me over a certain amount of time because I placed so much attention and concentration on it, all right? I'm just sharing this from my experience. Hope it helped you guys be in a better state of clear mind, pure consciousness, you name it. I love you guys. Hope you have a great day. And yeah, love yourself because I love you, baby. And yeah, peace, love.